Welcome to my channel.
The Black Bride and the White Bride. The mother and her two daughters went to the fields to cut grass for the cows. Of the two girls, one is her biological daughter, and the other is her husband's stepdaughter. As they were walking, they met a poor man, who passed by and asked for directions.
"Is this the road to the village?"
The mother replied.
Why don't you figure it out yourself?
Her daughter also chimed in.
If you can't find it, just follow the person who showed you the way.
Her husband's stepdaughter said.
Let me show you. Please follow me.
That man is officially God, who is very angry about the behavior of the mother and son. The person who recites the spell turns mother and child as ugly as demons and black as black dogs. God was very pleased with the work of the girl who led the way. As he approached the village, God said,
"I give you 3 wishes, choose them."
The girl said,
I want to be as beautiful as the morning sunlight.
As soon as the words ended, the girl became white and beautiful as the morning sun.
Then I want to have a bag of money that never runs out.
God also gave her that bag of money and said,
"There is a 3rd thing."
The girl said,
The 3rd thing is that after death, one can go to heaven.
All 3 wishes were fulfilled. When they got home, the mother and stepmother looked in the mirror and saw how ugly and unlucky they were. Looking at her husband's stepchild, and seeing that it was both white and beautiful, mother and daughter became jealous. No matter what they thought, they had to find a way to harm her. The husband's stepdaughter has a brother named Regina. She trusts and loves him very much and often tells him everything. Once the brother said to his sister,
Honey, I want to draw a portrait of you, so that when I'm away from you, looking at the photo makes me feel like you're by my side.
The sister said,
But don't let anyone see that photo.
The older brother finished drawing the photo and hung it in his room. He was the king's carriage driver, so he lived right in the royal palace area. Every day he stands and looks at the photo and silently thanks God for giving him a beautiful sister. One day, the queen suddenly fell ill and passed away. The king was extremely sad and mourned his deceased beautiful wife. In the royal court, someone knew that the young chariot driver often stood and looked at a photo of a beautiful white girl. They told the king about the photo. The king ordered the driver to bring the photo. Looking at the person in the painting, the king saw that she was as beautiful as his late wife. Not only that, but also somewhat younger, the king became infatuated with the person in the painting. The king asked who the charioteer was, and the boy replied that it was his sister. The king decided not to choose anyone else but the beauty in the painting. The king provided carriages, horses, clothes, and jewelry and ordered them to go pick up the person he had chosen to be his queen. Hearing what her brother said, the younger sister was extremely happy. The black girl and her stepmother became jealous and ran away to tell her mother.
Mom also knows a lot of magic. Why don't you make me the blessed queen?
The mother said,
Don't worry, I will bring that blessing to my daughter.
She used her magic to make the brother blinded, only seeing everything in a blur, and the beautiful white girl she made became deaf and could hear her sentence. Right after that they got in the car, first the beautiful white girl in a gorgeous dress, then the mother and her stepmother. Mr. Reginer sat across the front to drive the carriage. Having gone a while, the coachman sang.
My sister is sitting in the car. The rain doesn't reach your face. The wind doesn't reach your head. Let my sister go into the palace clean and beautiful.
The bride asked.
What did my brother say?
Stepmother said.
He told you to take off your beautiful clothes and give them to your sister to wear.
She took off her beautiful clothes and gave them to her black sister and put on her sister's clothes. After going a while, the older brother sitting across the wheel started to sing. Having gone a while, the coachman sang.
My sister is sitting in the car. The rain doesn't reach your face. The wind doesn't reach your head. Let my sister go into the palace clean and beautiful.
The bride asked.
What did my brother say?
Stepmother said.
He told you to take off your veil and give it to your sister.
She took off her veil and gave it to her dark sister, leaving her head bare. After walking for a while, the older brother started singing again.
My sister is sitting in the car. The rain doesn't reach your face. The wind doesn't reach your head. Let my sister go into the palace clean and beautiful.
The bride asked.
What did my brother say?
Stepmother said.
Oh my God, he told you to look out of the car and see the scenery.
Their car was going over a bridge over a deep stream. The bride stood up and craned her neck to look out. Her mother and stepmother immediately pushed her into the stream. When she sank to the bottom, a duck as white as snow emerged from the water's surface, swimming with the current. Unbeknownst to the older brother, he kept driving until he reached the palace before stopping. The brother's eyes were blind, so he couldn't recognize anyone clearly. He only saw glitter on someone's shirt and assumed that person was the bride. The king went out to welcome her, only to see the bride was black and ugly, angry, and the king gave an order, put the coachman in prison. The stepmother immediately used magic to make the king think that her daughter was the real bride, and ordered the wedding to be held at the royal palace. One evening, when the black bride was sitting next to the king, a white duck swam down the gutter into the palace and asked the chef.
Let's light a fire, let me warm up.
The chef took firewood to light the fire, and the duck ran to the side to shake and preen its feathers. After sitting for a while, the duck asked.
What is Mr. Reginer doing now?
The chef replied.
He was locked up in prison.
Duck asked again.
So what is the black devil doing in the room?
The chef replied.
She is sitting next to the king.
Duck said.
Heaven is my witness.
Then the duck followed the gutter and swam out again. The next night, the duck came again and asked the same thing. Duck came 3 nights in a row. The chef saw something strange, so he went to report to the king. The king wanted to see it with his own eyes, so he came. At night, the duck again swam along the ditch to the royal palace. As soon as the duck stretched its neck to reach the shore, the king immediately pulled out his sword and stabbed it through the duck's neck. Immediately appearing before the king's eyes was a beautiful girl exactly like in the picture. The king was very happy and ordered beautiful clothes to be brought to her to wear. The girl told the king how she was deceived and thrown into a deep stream. Her first wish was to immediately release her brother from the snake farm. The king ordered the driver to be released and went to the witch's room and asked,
How should a person who has lied and cheated be punished?
Now she is very old, her eyes are almost blind and she can't see anything. She replied,
Such a person must strip naked and stuff him into a barrel with spikes inside, then let the horse pull the barrel throughout the capital.
She and her daughter were both sentenced to the same crime. The king held a wedding ceremony with his beautiful white bride, and gave her brother a lot of gold, silver, and jewels as thanks.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe to the channel to learn more useful knowledge.